Hello and welcome to the Ricoh Arena in Coventry, home this year of the BoyleSports Grand Slam of Darts, and we're going to complete the draw for you this evening. I'm Dan Dawson, this is Paul Nicholson, a former major champion. Paul, a little bit different, the Grand Slam this year, not only its location, just the two BDO representatives in Wayne Warren and Mikuru Suzuki, the two world champions from the men's and the ladies, but looking at who's come through the various routes of qualification, looks a very, very high quality field.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I always do. I think this time of year provides a couple of different tournaments with different formats. Of course, the World Grand Prix with double start. You've got the group format with the Grand Slam. It's close to my heart. It's where I made my debut on television, and it's been going for 13 years now, so it's becoming one of those historic events that has a lot to look back on.
Well, look, you mentioned the group stage format. So we've got 30 PDC players. They've all been arranged in their order of merit order. So we've got the top 8 ranked players, and they're in fixed groups. Groups A, B, C, D, as we go through to H. So starting with Michael van Gerwen, the world #1, and H is Nathan Aspinall. Now, we've also got 8 balls here, which are going to go into that bag. So I'll ask you to whack those in there. We have 3 other pools of players, of 8 players each, and we're going to assign 1 player per pool to each group. So, Paul, if you just swirl those around for me, we're going to pick players from Pool B to assign to the 8 different groups. So, starting with Group A, which is Michael van Gerwen's group, if you want to pull out one of the numbers.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Joe Cullen, a man who's just won here in Coventry and the final Pro Tour event of the year, the Winter Series. Played some excellent stuff, beating Krzysztof Ratajski in the final. Interesting. Group B, involving Gary Anderson.
Number 8.
Number 8 is the Wizard Simon Whitlock, a former European champion. Next one, please, Paul.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Krzysztof Ratajski, the man who's just been beaten in the final by Joe Cullen. Krzysztof Ratajski going into the group with Michael Smith.
Number 1.
Group D, Rob Cross will see Dave Chisnell, a man who averaged 121 here in the Pro Tour today. Former Grand Slam finalist.
Number 3.
Number 3, in with the world champion Peter Wright. One of the favourites is Ian White, the diamond. Into Group F with James Wade, former Grand Slam champ.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Glenn Durrant, the Premier League champion. Interesting tie, that one. In Group G with the favourite with many of the bookmakers, Gerwyn Price.
Number 6.
Number 6 is the Ferret, Johnny Clayton, his World Cup of Darts partner for Wales. They won the World Cup just last weekend in Salzburg in Austria. They will go against each other in the group phase. And finally, with Nathan Aspinall in Group H.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Dimitri van den Berg, the World Match Play champion. So what we're going to do now, we have those 8 assigned. We're going to move on to the next pool of players. So if you whack those balls back in the bag, as I just put Dimitri into Group H with Nathan Aspinall. And if you give them a whiz around again, Paul, we're going to move on to a group including the likes of Jermaine Wattimena, who's just won through the Winter Series to earn his place at the Grand Slam of Darts. So, first one for us, Paul.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the German giant Gabriel Clemens going into that Group A with Joe Cullen and Michael van Gerwen. He's played some incredible stuff of late, as Gabriel Clemens. Into Group B.
Number 8.
Is Ryan Searle, a first-time winner on the PDC Tour this year. Heavy metal Ryan Searle, might have seen him go on runs at the World Championship. In Group C with Michael Smith and Krzysztof Ratajski.
Number 5.
Number 5, it's a man to watch. It's José de Sousa, the Portuguese man of scores. That Group C already looks incredible. Michael Smith, Krzysztof Ratajski, José de Sousa. Group D with Rob Cross and Dave Chisnell.
No sympathy. 6.
Is the world youth champion Luke Humphreys, Cool Hand Luke. He goes in with Rob Cross and Dave Chisnell. The world champions group, Peter Wright, Ian White and...
Number 4.
Number 4, Devon Peterson. Oh, that looks very, very tasty. The South African who's become one of the biggest 180 hitters in the world, semi-finalist at the recent European Championship. Into Group F with James Wade and Glenn Durrant.
Number 1.
Is Jermaine Wattimena, the machine gun, the fast-throwing Dutchman. A real clash of styles there between Duzza and Wattimena when they go head-to-head. Group G with Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton, the 2 Welshmen.
7.
is Ryan Joyce, another first-time winner on the PDC Tour this year. Relentless Ryan Joyce from the northeast of England. And finally, in Group H, with Nathan Aspinall and Dimitri van den Berg.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the fastest player on the planet. It is Rapid Ricky Evans, man who came through the qualifier. So for the final time, if I ask you to put the balls back in the bag, we have one more pool of players to get through. They included the likes of Damon Heta, who recent Australian World Cup of Darts star, and of course the 2 BDO representatives in Wayne Warren and Mikuru Suzuki. So give them a whiz around, Paul. And we're going to complete the Group A lineup. So Michael van Gerwen, Joe Cullen, Gabriel Clemens, and
Number 4.
it is Adam Hunt, one of the qualifiers who came through here in Coventry on Monday night. Had a very good run today in the final Pro Tour event of the year. So Adam Hunt, the hunter in that Group A. Group B with Gary Anderson.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Adam Gavlas. He's from the Czech Republic, very talented young... Yes, he is from the Czech Republic. Very talented player. Played with Karel Sedlacek at the World Cup of Darts, but unfortunate not to beat the Belgians in round 1. So Gavlas goes in with Gary Anderson, Simon Whitlock and Ryan Searle. Group C.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Lisa Ashton, the 4-time ladies world champion, in with Michael Smith, Krzysztof Ratajski and Jose de Sousa. That is a fascinating group, Group C.
I like that one.
Cross Chisnell, Humphreys and
2.
Justin Pipe. Justin, who he may have to go and win the Grand Slam of Darts to get to the World Championship. We shall see. But he came through the qualifiers to play some very good stuff. Very unfortunate not to beat Joe Cullen today, in fact, in the Pro Tour. In Group E with Peter Wright, Ian White and Devon Peterson. Good luck.
Number 1.
Is Dirk van Dijvenbode, the World Grand Prix finalist. That is an absolutely belting group. Dirk's been playing the best stuff of his career, as has Devon, and you could argue Peter Wright has as well over the last year. Into Group F, James Wade, Glenn Durrant, Jermaine Wattimena,
Number 3.
and Damon Heta, the Australian. He has been so very impressive. It is another one of that cadre of first-time winners on the PDC Pro Tour this year. Of course, last year he also won a World Series event. That's where he made his name.
No, the ones that are left. 8.
Number 8 is Mikuru Suzuki, the ladies world champion from the BDO, who goes into a group with Gerwyn Price, whom she faced last year in the group stages and actually nearly nearly beat the 2-time winner of this title, Johnny Clayton and Ryan Joyce. Mikuru, the miracle, goes into that group, and that leaves us with one spot available. Group H, Nathan Aspinall, Dimitri van den Berg, Ricky Evans, and
Last but not least,
Number
7.
The BDO world champion, Wayne Warren. Well, we avoid a completely Welsh group if you've been there with Johnny Clayton and Gerwyn Price. I think the one that stands out to me certainly is Group C with Michael Smith, Krzysztof Ratajski, Jose de Sousa and Lisa Ashton. But what do you reckon of Group E? Wright, White, Devon Peterson, Dirk van Dijvenbode?
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
That's what you're going to get from that. I really wanted to see Price, Clayton and Warren in the same group. I thought it was going to happen, but we dodged it by 1 ball. But that's a fantastic tournament. I can't wait to get it started.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's a fascinating lineup for the BoyleSports Grand Slam of Darts. It all gets going on the 16th, right the way through to the 24th. Group stage action and then knockouts. Can Gerwyn Price go and win this title for a 3rd consecutive year?